you got to kind of find some humor and some takes when you first start videoing, and you that do this stuff. Um, you know what I mean? But like you first start out a video and you're like, I can't believe I just said that. Like 10 times it takes you to get the video started. But anyway, so today, I'm not doing any woodworking. I'm going to be restoring an old blacksmith vise, a leg vise that I got. Um, I guess I bought this last summer. Last summer, along with the forge, the anvil, all the other blacksmithing stuff that I've got. Um, I picked it up last summer, and I restored the forge. I restored all my hammers and my anvil, which need more restoration now because I leave it all outside and it gets rusty. Parts of it that aren't used anyway. And so now it's time to break down. I broke down the vise as far as I can, with the exception of that one nut that you see right there. Um, and just trying to bust all the rust off, put some new grease on there, stuff like that. So it looked like it was coming off uh, without too much trouble. As you can see, everything's sitting on the bench that I built last weekend, and it turned out pretty nice, I think, for just a weekend job. I had a lot of lumber laying around that was twisted, couldn't use it for anything else, so I just kind of slapped this together and use it as a nice bench for ugly things, like rebuilding an old greasy, rusty leg vise. So just I actually thought this nut right here was going to be a real pain in the butt, but it's turning out that it's not going to be that bad, I don't think. Yeah, take it off with this little Ford wrench. Um, it looks kind of funny right now, the way it sits, but this is one of the beefiest leg vices I've ever seen. Um, it weighs upwards of about 200 pounds when it's all put together. It doesn't look that big sitting the way it's sitting now, but it's a big bastard. Um, it is all hand forged too. You can tell just by looking at it and how it's made and whatnot. It wasn't made in a foundry. It wasn't made in a machine shop or anything like that. It was hand forged. So that's really, really good. And it's just kind of the way, I could have put this, it's already functioning perfect. I just, when you got, who knows how many years this vise has been in use or been around. I would imagine somewhere, it wouldn't surprise me if this vise was 75 to 100 years old. It's old. But sitting around for a long time. I just want to get the grease and the grime and everything off of it. Yeah, looks like I need to get a punch. It's always something. As soon as you think you have all the tools out, you don't. If only I had a vise to hold it. So, there's that guy. Makes you wonder how they made the threads. Had to have been around early enough to make threads on a lathe. But it's kind of interesting. I love tearing apart old stuff like this. I mean, it's got a hex head. I don't know if that was put on later or if that's the original one, but if it is the original one, it's not that old. It would have had a square nut. It's that grease and grime I was talking about. Alright. Now that we've got it all broken down into all of its pieces, parts, I can kind of explain what this is all about, how it works. So as you can tell, this is the main body of the vise. This is the nut and the bolt that went through. This, when it's together, will bolt on and act as a spring to spring the two jaws apart. This is the mounting bracket. Mounts straight to, so yeah, if you guys know anything about this, maybe it was mass produced. Doesn't look mass produced though, it looks all hand forged, so. I don't know. I don't know, but this is the mount. 3 bolts go through there. This was a big deal back then. This design, little tang right here that holds just inside. It comes through and holds just inside a little groove that's forged into the bottom of that hole, and it holds this. This is basically one big nut, and you have two races that sit on either side. And this is the, you can get kind of an idea of how big this son of a bitch is with my hand on the knob. But this goes inside here, and that's the screw mechanism, the bolting mechanism that closes the vise. And this is what holds that big clamp. Hooks on like so, and then the legs would be coming right down through here and right out through here, and this springs it, spring steel obviously, it springs it apart, but it gets mounted to the base, kind of comes through like this, and then you have one stop wedge, and then you have another one that's all bent up. I need to forge this one flat again, but it'll get driven through here. and it wedges it all nice and tight. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll shoot another video, I guess, of the actual work, but I don't know if I'll post it or not. It's just a lot of grinding, so here it goes. Hope you enjoyed everything. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. I'll go over it again once it's all put together. It'll make a little bit more sense then. But yeah, if you're digging what I'm doing, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, do whatever. Friends and family, I love you. Everyone else, I'll see you on the next clip.